Welcome back. You're watching Market Fatafat right here on ET Now, a show where we get you all the stocks that are buzzing based on news flow and technicals. And talking about technicals, now we have Osho Krishnan joining us on the show. Very good afternoon to you, Osho. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. The first stock that you can talk about is Ramco Cement. How is this cement company looking on the charts to you? Attractive bet?
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, talking about the technicals of Ramco Cement, then Ramco Cement have seen a 52 weeks breakout in the last trading session, and today it has seen some kind of cool off or some kind of profit booking that can be seen in this counter. But most importantly, the positive development that have been seen in Ramco Cement, that it has surpassed the zone of 950 on the back of strong volumes. So that means from here onwards, the stock is looking very positive for the immediate upside target of 980 to 990 odd zone. And any dip towards 930 or 935 should be acting as a very strong support levels, and one should try to accumulate counter for short run.
Okay, keeping an eye out on Ramco Cements. Let's move on and talk about PNB. This one also isn't focused on the back of its operational update. When you look at it in terms of the numbers that have come in, so in terms of the advances that have grown by around 14% on a year-on-year basis, while on a quarter-on-quarter basis also we are seeing a slight bit of an uptick of 3% in terms of advances. Deposits also have seen an improvement on a year-on-year basis, as well as the CASA that has grown by 2.6% YOY as well, and credit and deposit growth seems to have been sustaining as well. Now Morgan Stanley has come out with a note on PNB saying that they're maintaining an underweight rating, but given a target price of 55 rupees per share, they believe that there's a slight bit of a moderation when you look at it in terms of the growth of the gross loans as well as in terms of the deposits on a gross basis. So that is what is something that is worrying them. So that is what they're keeping an eye out on. As of now, when you look at PNB, yes, a bit subdued in trade, down 3.5%.
All right, moving on. Osho, let's talk about Concor. And this one is a PSU company. A lot of news flow surrounding this one. But on the charts, how is it looking? Worth actually ignoring the news flow and bet on this one based on technicals?
See, overall, the counter has been in a very positive trajectory in the current financial year. And the positive development that it has seen in the recent period, that it surpassed the 200-day SMA on the daily time frame, and even consolidating just above all the exponential moving averages. So that means overall, on technical perspective, the counter is looking very positive, and from here onwards, one can expect a gradual up move towards the immediate resistance zone of 800, while on the downside, a strong support of the previous lows near about 680 to 690 is likely to persist in this counter, and any dip towards 700 or 690 as mentioned as the support zone should be auguring well for the bulls, and one can expect a very decent up move in the short term period.
All right, shifting focus, let's talk about a Nifty major, a Nifty IT major, that is to be precise, and that is TCS, that is in focus in today's trading session. It is among the top gainers on the Nifty, and why is TCS in focus is because it has been selected by US-based Georgia Department of Labor in order to modernize as well as replace its legacy platform with a secure cloud-based one and improve user experience. As this is what the company actually informed the board. So apart from that, they're saying in addition, the digitized processes with automated workflows will enable faster processing of claims with reduced errors. Also, the company said that the advanced security features embedded in the new platform will also help prevent fraud, save taxpayers' dollars, also ensure that benefits reach to those in genuine need. So they have tied up with US-based Georgia Department of Labor, and on back of that, you can see the stock is perked up in trade, 1.4% uptick as of now.
Okay, that is TCS for y'all. Let's move on and talk about Coromandel on the technical front. And Osho, how is this one looking like on the charts? What is the target that you're keeping an eye out on this one?
See, overall, the counter is very positive because it is forming a very strong bullish formation patterns on all the time frames, even from the border perspective. But recently, we have seen a strong traction in this counter after the consolidation of nearly 30 or 40 odd points. So from here onwards, as today it has seen a new 52-week high. So one can expect 1200 in the short run, and even in the coming future also one can expect a decent up run in this counter. But as of now, 1200 should be acting as the first resistance zone, and post that we need to review the counter. If any dip comes towards 1150, 1140, then those levels should be acting as a very strong support, and one should definitely try to accumulate around those levels.
All right, moving on, let's talk about another NBFC player which is in focus on back of ASQ to operational data, Poonawalla Fincorp Kamakshi.
Well, yes, another strong update that has come in from this NBFC counter, and as you can see, the stock was reacting positively to this stock, but again, it has come in a slight bit of a pressure now, as of now, but nevertheless, it's trading in the green with gains of around 4/10%. And in fact, when we look at the update, it was quite strong. When we look at the disbursements, they were at the highest ever level for the company. Standing at around 7,750 odd crores, up nearly 149% on a year-on-year basis and nearly 10% sequentially. When we look at the AUM, that stands around 20,110 odd crores, an uptick of almost 53% is what the company has noted on a year-on-year basis. Not just that, the company has also mentioned that the asset quality is expected to improve, with an improvement expected in both the GNPA as well as NNPA. In fact, they will also strive to maintain the NNPA below the 1% mark, which is in line with the management vision 2025. In fact, they also have ample of liquidity, which is approximately nearly 3,800 odd crores. So all in all, it does look like a strong update from Poonawalla FinCorp, and that is the reason we should keep an eye out for this counter.
Let's move on and talk about the hotel stocks then, Cheryl. And we were talking about that World Cup, the boom that is coming in and the buzz that is there around QSR, similar for hotels as well. And Ashesha, take us through what are the demand trends that we are seeing there? How are the stocks performing?
Well, yes, the stocks are trading in the green today, and we also have a brokerage note. MK, in fact, has initiated coverage on several of these counters. They expect demand to remain robust amid limited supply from here on. They've also spoken about occupancy levels, which are expected to remain at elevated levels from here on. Uptrend in Indian hotels industry typically lasts for 5 to 6 years, and as far as debt profile of many of these companies are concerned, MK also says that room addition and margin expansion will aid debt reduction for these companies. So they've initiated coverage on all three counters. For Indian hotels, they've initiated buy with a target price of 485. The stock currently trades at 416 odd levels. Lemon Tree also initiated coverage with a buy with a target price of 149. And for Chalet, they've initiated coverage with a hold rating and a target price of 625. The stock currently trades at 590. So on the back of this report that has come in, along with the cheer, the stock is trading in the green, all of them gaining anywhere between 1.5% to 3% as we speak.
All right, so that is the view coming in on MK on the hotel sector. But Osho, out of the entire plethora of hotel stocks, you picked Indian hotels. How is this one looking on the charts to you? Do you think after the mild correction is seen, it is back to an attractive level, or still you would advise someone to wait before venturing in?
See, overall, the technical structure for Indian hotel is looking very robust, because if you will be seeing in the recent period, we have seen a strong breakout from the zone of 400 odd levels. The counter has corrected from the highs of 430, again tested the neckline around the 400 odd levels, and is currently consolidating near 410 to 415. So this should be acting as a very strong support zone, because the previous consolidation has happened from 380 to 400. So on immediate basis, 420 should be seen in, let's say, 1 to 2 trading session, and post that, even if we will be looking on the broader term perspective, then we can witness a flat pattern breakout in weekly charts. So for which the target comes around 480 to 490. So overall, from short term and from medium term perspective, the counter is looking very positive. 420 should be acting as the first target, followed by 430, which is approximately the 52-week high, followed by 480 from medium term time frame.
Okay, let's also listen into the co-founder and group CEO of Make My Trip and what he had to say in terms of this World Cup fever, what will be aiding their quarter. Listen.
For us, World Cup is an event, but it is an event and it will be like for specific days and stuff. But more importantly, we've started to see the seasonality pickup that is happening, which typically will happen this quarter as well. So even for that, like our overall sort of quarter planning will be a lot more focusing on, how are we going to sort of tap into the high season for a leisure use case, standpoint, more than only sort of getting obsessed about the World Cup. So World Cup is going to be icing on the cake, but we are seeing more the seasonality momentum coming out of the low season quarter.
Let's shift focus and talk about Navin Fluorine. This one is also in focus. We're seeing a sharp fall coming in the stock. One, this Jefferies has downgraded the stock to a hold from a previous buy rating. They've also cut the target price sharply for the company to 3,625 rupees per share from previous 5,475 rupees per share. Now, yesterday, let's not forget, the MD of the company had resigned recently, and post that we had seen a fall coming in the stock. Yesterday there was a call which they had as well, but nothing exciting came in terms of the takeaways from the call, and that is why Jefferies has downgraded the stock. They believe that the chairman had emphasized in terms of the continuity post the MD's resignation as well, but they also highlighted that there was no concrete step that actually came in to address the high top management turnover, and that is a concern that still lies, and that is why Jefferies has downgraded the stock, and the target price that they've given is 3,625. Today the stock is down and out on trade, 3.7% down as of now.
All right, moving on, let's shift focus. Let's talk about NHPC, and that particular counter is in focus in today's trading session. Why is NHPC in focus? Is the fact that the company has given an update to the exchanges. At one point in time, the stock was down approximately 3%, which resulted in the worst intraday decline coming in since September 21st. But now the stock has recovered from the day's lowest point. The company has said that their power stations at Teesta Basin have been shut down due to the flash floods that was witnessed in Sikkim. They're saying that the detailed assessment of losses and damages to the assets will be carried out after the water levels recede. The stock actually hit the lowest levels in September 28th. Remember that there were severe flash floods that happened in Sikkim yesterday, and due to which the Home Ministry has given an update today saying that about 18 of them have lost their lives in those flash floods and about 154 were missing. This is the last statement coming in from Home Ministry. And at NHPC, one of the companies which has given an update that the operations have been hit due to that floods.
Let's move on to the next stock that is in focus. And Osho, Sun TV is the stock that you've picked out for us. What are the charts indicating for Sun TV today?
Overall, Sun TV has seen a breakout in the recent period from the zone of 520, and from there onwards again there has been a very strong rally towards 620 odd levels. But in the previous 2 to 3 weeks, the counter has seen some kind of decent correction or profit booking from the higher levels, and currently again it has witnessed a V-shaped recovery. So overall the setup looks very positive, and the traction in this counter is very much aggressive for the time. So one can expect that from here onwards, the upside potential is near about 660 to 670 from the short run. And even looking at the overall trajectory as it has given a breakout in today's session, so one can expect the expected target to be seen in the coming 1 to 2 or maybe 3 to 4 trading sessions. So overall it is looking very positive. 670 should be the target that one can look for the short term period.
All right, that's the view coming in on Sun TV. Vamakshi, let's shift focus. Let's talk about J&K Bank. This one also in focus because of the Q2 update.
Well, yes, Cheryl, the stock is in focus on the back of a Q2 update that came in from the company. In fact, when we look at the advances, they saw an uptick of almost 16% on a year-on-year basis, as well as 4% sequentially. Advances stood at 92,000 odd crores. Apart from that, when we look at the deposits, they've also grown quite strongly, up nearly 9% on a year-on-year basis and 4% sequentially. Deposits now stand at almost 1.27 lakh odd crores. But when we look at the CASA, that has seen a marginal uptick of almost 1%. However, when we look at it on a sequential basis, in fact, it has declined. So all in all, when we look at the update that came in from the bank, it has delivered good growth both on the advances side as well as the deposit side. So all in all, on the back of that, we have J&K Bank, that is Jammu and Kashmir Bank, in focus. As of now, the stock is trading in the green with a gain of nearly 0.3%.
Okay, that is J&K Bank for y'all. But let's move on to the next stock on the technicals, and that is Interglobe Aviation. And Osho, what is the chart now indicating for Interglobe Aviation? Last 6 months, we have managed to see around a 29% return. What is the outlook now?
See, overall the counter is still in the corrective phase because it is hovering in a sloping channel pattern, but we are expecting that any day period it can give a very strong breakout from the zone of 2480 to 2500. So this is being a very strong resistance zone, but looking on the technical parameters, the stock is facing a positive convergence, which is a positive development on the technical parameters. So once we see a breakthrough from the zone of 2500, then from there onwards we can expect a strong rebound in this counter for the immediate upside target of 2650 to 2700 from the short term period.
All right, moving on. Vamakshi, once again coming to you. DV's Laboratories. Why is this one in the spotlight today?
Well, Cheryl, this counter is in focus on the back of a brokerage note that has come in from Bernstein. They've initiated coverage on this counter with an underperform rating and also given a target price of nearly 3,064 rupees per share. Now, what they have highlighted is that it is a high quality CMO company that is navigating a slower growing market. In fact, they also see some slower growth coming in late stage CDMO. In fact, the industry is expected to grow by nearly 7 to 8%. The company's mix is also shifting towards the less attractive generics, and as a result, there could be an impact that could come in on the margins for this counter. More or less, they've also highlighted that the growth profile is not supportive of the premium valuations that this counter actually demonstrates. So, all in all, on the back of that, we have Divis Labs in focus. Bernstein has initiated coverage with an underperform rating, and as of now, the stock is reeling under pressure. The stock is trading with cuts of around 0.7%.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Nazara Tech then. Ashesha, why have you picked up Nazara Tech for us today?
Pieces. One is with respect to allotment of shares to SBI Mutual Fund and other is with respect to an acquisition. The stock in fact is holding up with gains of a solid 5.5% as we speak. The company yesterday said that Nordwin's Gaming Singapore arm has acquired 100% stake in a gaming marketing company. This has been done for a consideration of about $2 million. Apart from this, the company executed share subscription agreement with SBI Funds Management. This has been for allotment of about 57 lakh equity shares done at a price of 714 rupees per share. This aggregates to about 410 crores. On the back of both of these news pieces, the stock is holding up 5.4% higher in trade for Nazara Tech.
All right, there's lots of you coming in on Nazara Tech. Osho, APL Apollo Tubes. How is this one looking on the charts to you?
See, overall, it is obviously in the bullish trend. It is hovering in the cycle of higher highs, higher lows. But what we have seen as of now, that it has been consolidating near the 21-day exponential moving average. That means on the higher scale, it is consolidating. And from here onwards, even on the technical parameters, there has been a positive crossover. So that means from here onwards, one can expect a decent up move in this counter. Very strongly, 1700 should be tested in the near period, but 1700 again is a very strong resistance. Once it surpasses the zone of 1700, then this counter has the potential to retest the 52-week high and even to surpass in the uncharted territory. So overall, structure-wise, it is looking very positive and currently hovering or making a strong base setup for short to medium-term investors.
Okay, let's move on and talk about Sobha then. Yes, couple of news flows here. One, in terms of the Q2 update that you look at it, strong pre-sales numbers that have come in terms of growth there, as well as price realization is something that has improved also. In terms of the sales, when you look at it, they are at 1,724 crores, which is up 48% on a year-on-year basis, and uptake of 18% on a quarter-on-quarter basis as well. The average price realization, that has also gone up by 17.4% YOY. And obviously, in terms of, there's a clarification that they've given to ET now specifically, that they were not in receipt of any copy of a complaint or a notice from the court on the referred matter, and hence they cannot offer any detailed comments. This statement also is saying it. Furthermore, clarification and remarks have appeared in the news are not actually factual and appear to be misleading. So let's keep an eye out on that. And yes, pre-sale numbers also are coming in, which is keeping the stock of us.
All right, so that is Shobha for you. That is in focus. Also coming to you, JK Tyres. How is this one looking on the charts?
See, overall tire segment is facing some kind of traction in today's market, but JK Tyre specifically have seen a breakout on the daily time frame. So from here onwards, there will be a follow-up buying because the breakout has been seen on the back of volumes. So one can expect a follow-up buying in this counter. For immediate upside target, already this counter has moved approximately 5%, but the other immediate target that one can expect is of 294. So one can expect basically only the short-term traders can, even aggressive short-term traders can even look for bullish bet in this counter for 294 to 295 short-term target for JK Tyres.
Okay, that's the view coming in from Osho there. But now let's cut into the Navbharat Navnirman Mission Summit over there and listen into what's happening.
जो सोच वो रखते हैं, जो हमारी सरकार सोच रखती है कि राजस्थान को सशक्त करना है, 2030 में किस प्रकार का राजस्थान दिखेगा, इस ओर कदम बढ़ाए जा रहे हैं, तो निसंदेह बराबर प्रयत्नशील है और जनता भी उसका सम्मान कर रही है। ये आपको भी महसूस हो रहा होगा क्योंकि आप भी फील्ड में रहती है सब जगह और रोज लोगों से मिलते रहते हैं। नहीं तो जब सरकार चुनाव में जाती है, जब तो कहीं इनकम्पेंसी और वगैरह के काफी समस्याएं पैदा होती है, लोग गांव में आने से जनप्रतिनिधि को रोकते हैं, लेकिन आज प्रेम से बुलाते हैं, स्वागत करते हैं और काम का समय होते हुए भी लोग स्वागत के लिए आतुर हैं।
सर, आपको क्या लगता है उसकी मुख्य वजह क्या है? जिस तरह से महिलाओं को सशक्त करने के लिए प्रदेश सरकार तमाम योजनाएं लेकर आई है, मैं चाहूंगी पर वो जरूर प्रकाश डालें, क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ के लोगों से सुना कि ये कहा जाए जन्म से लेकर महिला को सशक्त बनाने तक, चाहे एक महिला प्रसव के दौरान बच्चे को जन्म दे उस समय के लिए योजनाएं अलग हैं, बच्चे को स्कूल ले जाने तक के लिए, खासतौर से लड़कियों के लिए उनके विवाह को लेकर तमाम योजनाएं अलग हैं, उनको मजबूत बनाने के लिए अलग अलग तरह की योजनाएं लेकर आए हैं। सर, क्या कुछ कदम अभी तक उठाए गए हैं जिससे प्रदेश की महिलाएं सशक्त हो?
प्रदेश की महिलाएं भी सशक्त हुई है और आम जनता भी सशक्त हुई है, इसमें कोई दो नहीं। सब पे फोकस किया है, केवल महिलाओं पे ही नहीं। सरकार ने वंचित, गरीब, दलित और दबे कुचले लोगों की मदद की और महिलाओं को विशेष प्राथमिकता दी है, इसमें तो कोई दो राय नहीं है। ये आपके सामने दिखता है कि पेंशन में महिलाएं हैं भी, आदमी भी है, दोनों है। 58 और 55 साल की उम्र पर 1000 रुपए मिलते हैं
जी।
विडो महिला जो हो जाती है उसको उम्र की कोई सीमा नहीं है और 1000 रुपए उनको पेंशन के मिलते हैं। और विडो के दौरान अगर उनके एक बच्चा, 2 बच्चे हैं तो उनको पालनहार के नाम पर 1500 रुपए पढ़ाई के लिए दिए जाते हैं। साथ ही जब स्कूल खुलता है उस समय वो एक बच्चे के लिए 2000 रुपए अलग से कॉपी किताबें, बैग, जूते, मोजे वगैरह खरीदने के लिए जो पहले दिन आवश्यकता होती है स्कूल में जाने के लिए, उनकी व्यवस्था की जा रही है। महिलाओं को पहली प्राथमिकता के आधार पर सबको जो पट्टे दिए गए गांव में, वो महिलाओं को प्राथमिकता दिए ताकि वो अपना घर को मजबूत कर सके और सबको महंगाई राहत शिविर और प्रशासन गांवों के संघ शिविर में पट्टे महिलाओं को दिए गए हैं। साथ ही शिक्षा को बढ़ावा देने के लिए, महिलाओं को मजबूत करने के लिए मोबाइल फोन जो 3 साल की इंटरनेट कनेक्शन फ्री के साथ।
All right, and then on that note, we are totally out of time on this edition of Market Farafat. It's a goodbye from Vinny, myself and the team that put the show together. But firstly, thank you so much, Vamakshi, Ashesha, Kunal, as well as Osho for joining us on the show. Stay tuned, viewers. Closing trades is coming up next.